Greetings, welcome back to Anno 100, looking at our promenade, well, one of our biggest roads that is. Right now, not looking like much, but of course, everything is a work in progress. We have some artisans there. They're looking nice, of course, but having artisans so centrally is no longer worth it, and I was totally forgetting about them, right? We were actually also building that school just for these guys here, and with that we can get rid of the school, and we finally have engineers then also popping up here in the city center. Now, I'm not here for this reason alone though, because we also have the investors close by, happy investors I should say. And those guys, yeah, well, they have the next good being supplied to them now, which is the steam carriages. By what I know is, we should be really full by steam carriages now, because we have them running now for full episode already, so +4 it is, and we can now finally unlock it. This gives me 4 investors per building and 150 coin on top of that. And as we can see, the only thing that's missing now after the steam carriages then will be chocolate. And once we have the chocolate, we can get us the skyscrapers in the city center of Crown Falls. That's going to be a happy cake day indeed. Happy cake day indeed for Miss Hunt as well, since we found another island of hers in Enbesa. Let's take it out there real quick, because this is probably one of the most important things. There's lots of ships around this. Look at that. There's lots of ships coming in indeed, and we're going to take them down, of course. There it is. Island completed. And with that, let's just try and take down those shippies that are close by. That was a very small island here. It's called Pleasance, by the way. This is totally not her character. I mean, it might be her character. And yeah, let's just take down the ships. Perhaps they would also like to join. I'm confident that my 2 dreadnoughts can do the job. Let's save the mortar for those ships here that are really rushing in right now.
Enemy target established.
Oh yeah, we're getting ripped now here from 2 sides. Let's fire the mortar. Ah, it's slow, but it should hit them. Nice, all of them. And let's just make sure that we take out the battle cruiser first, because it's an advanced one. Holy cow, what an uneven battle by the numbers. But of course, in reality, they don't really stand that much of a chance. Battle cruiser down. They can already see what's about to happen. Next ship down. Yeah, they will probably be able to flee. Not this one here though. Down it is once more. And I'm happy with the outcome. Oh, there's another one coming in. I just love hunting down those battle cruisers and stuff like that. It's nice when you have technological superiority. Where's my cargo ship though? It's not. Ah, there it is. Now entering Enbesa in all its glory. The little trawler that is now coming in, delivering then the crops to Tabarim. We still need to finish another industry for that. And for that, we should go for a second industry zone, this one here, right? Because the city is going over there, it's not going to expand that much further then. I mean, it's still going to expand a bit, but not that much further. And we do need the tapestry looms. Now, I was calculating with 2 of them for now. That would be 4 tapestries already, right? We're only at 1 at the moment. And we could say that 3 would be really great long-term wise, right? And that also will lead to 3 of these mills here that we can then also have in the vicinity of it, and also a warehouse for these guys here, because that warehouse is already used quite a bit there also from the gold farms, and I don't want to overwhelm them so easily. Now with that, I think 1 will be fine though for now, right? And 1 tapestry loom, because basically that's 2 already, plenty of what we need, really. Now the ship will then transport the crops over, and then we can finally continue here with the banquet of implications. Now back to Fabes. In Fabes, I wanted to get my chocolate up with Hacienda. I've deleted the Hacienda because right next to Fabes, we got Quilming, as it's called. And I do have prepared here something, and that is a sugarcane plantation overload with 20 sugarcane plantations that we can have in this area. Of course, also with some upgraded warehouses in between. And this will then already deliver us the sugarcane that we need right next here to Fabes. And the only thing in Fabes we do need now is cocoa plantations, and that is a lot of them, unfortunately. If I want to go with 20, yeah, with 20 chocolate factories, which would produce 40 maximum, we do need 40 cocoa plantations. I'm not going to build 40 cocoa plantations. I'm going to build 20 that are boosted with tractors. And we do have oil over there. And I would like to use this, of course. I'm just casually ignoring the airship that is flying by. And with that, all we need is really one oil refinery here, which will already be enough, I guess. Then an oil harbor over here. And then really the fuel station that is providing, right? And then we have our fuel being then transported. I could have the fuel station here in the center. No. The cool thing, it will also provide electricity for us. Alright, back to the chocolate production. It is finally time to unravel the monster that I've created here. Godspeed 2 is going to be on this new trade route that we're going to create right away between Quilming and Fabes. And in Quilming, we are going to take then all the, where do we have it? The sugarcane. Right, why only sugarcane? Why not the sugar right away? Well, you will see in a second. I'm sorry for that, but I have to just keep some mysteries behind the curtain. And Godspeed 2, where are you? There you are. Off you go. Empty for now, but of course soon there will be lots of sugarcane being transported. And I think we do have everything set up. Let's build them. I mean, we don't need to build all 20 of them, of course, because we don't have that much of chocolate production at the moment. I'm calculating with, let's get around 30 chocolate for now, or 25. Let's make it 30, even though we could just go with the whole mess, right? That would be double of what we need, actually. That is not necessary. Let's go with 30. So I only need to build 30 sugarcane plantations. 15 of them. So we do have around the 10 already. And then we go ahead with those 4 that we have on that side, plus another one here, right? That is plenty of sugar already. Sugarcane that is coming in now. Once we're done here, looking nice and dandy. Some trees here or there might have been nice. Those 2 ships that we still have in the area, I think we don't need them here anymore. Let's get them over to Fabes. And it's getting over now to Fabes. And in Fabes, we already have everything laid out as well. That is first and foremost our oil production. Let's start this. That is starting over there. This is getting the oil then to the oil harbor and then to my fuel refinery right here. Righto. With that, we can build the next warehouses. And yeah, also the steam motors are in, and that means we can now also go crazy with our first oh, wait a second. Let's make the connection here still. With our first cocoa plantations that we have. They're all having then a tractor with them to boost them further. Otherwise, I would have to build 40 cocoa plantations, which is crazy, right? We can just half that by using oil, and that just costs me a bit of materials. Let's go ahead, have those 3 here. As we can see, the 40 is coming along then right away. And now we do need some timber. I've got plenty of that in on my cargo ships. And with the building materials, we can continue onwards. Let's build those 2 here. That warehouse. And then we can have this cocoa plantation. And this one here before we're running out a bit of steel. But we can still, of course, continue with some of those plantations. By the way, my other ship, where is it? There it is, with plenty of bricks there once more. Steel. We have plenty of that in Manola. By the way, do I have an airship here? I don't have an airship. We could continue building more airships, though. Let's have 2 more airships. That would speed up my whole delivery process significantly. No idea why there was a cargo ship of Miss Hunt in the ocean. We can only guess at this point. And yeah, with that, the production should be ramping up. This one here, let's build it. How many more steam motors do I have, by the way? 30, yeah, that's plenty for the rest that we can have here. Let's upgrade one of these warehouses there. With that, we do have now cocoa production of 24, right? There is already the tractors, perfect. So we are already boosting them up to 300% of their original one. So that's really all we need, right? Because also extra goods, cocoa, every third is a cocoa, is being also pushed out there. So that's really a lot, by the way. We do have way too much anyway, from what I can tell at the moment. Now with that, we can move over now to my industry zone. There is also something waiting here. We do need to still wait for the steel beams though now to have the electricity pumping. While we wait for the steel beams to get to Fabes, we can continue with the main quests here. So getting a grip, Archibald Blake is having great difficulty acclimatizing to the change of temperature and culture. He hopes you will give him a leg up and share the water canal design patents Kitima and Biniam developed. So let's get this over to him. He's probably not going to be so thankful for that. as he needs some water there to cool him down. Now, the other one is deliver to Gatima's lighthouse, the dried meat and the tapestries. By now, we should have everything set up for that. However, do we have... Yeah, we do have still ships available here. So let's take Tailwind. And Tailwind that has the... As my once a timber over there is getting it over. There's my other ship here, Dorothy. Dorothy is on its way to deliver even more indigo and linseed than to Tabrim. While Tailwind is also now delivering here the tapestries and the dried meat, finally, to Katima. For the banquet of implications, that we can continue with that. Let's actually, by the way, sell the once a timber for 96 credits, bringing us ever so closely to the billionaire. And where's my other ship? There it is. Cloudburst, delivering now also the blueprints here for the water pump that Sir Archibald can use. Upon arrival, we can turn it in.
Is that really all
And as we
there
can
is
see, he's
to
upgrading
it?
his smaller village then right away.
They're better than roasting to a Cheltenham salt crisp.
Now we need to do an escort for the local guide. We can actually start with that right away, because he, of course, wants to get over there to Katima. I might actually send my dreadnoughts along. Could be over the top. I'm pretty sure there is an attack, though, at some point, so having the dreadnoughts close by will be of great use, as my flag monitor cannot really do that much. That's it, though, right? Still nothing with the scholars that we can do. I thought at this point we would be able to do something with the scholars. Nope. No quest open for that yet. But at least my building materials have arrived now. So the steel beams that we still need. So that we can finish the rest of my production here. So we do have our 2 warehouses. We can now build a small oil power plant, by the way. So this is only consuming 2/3 of the original consumption, and it is also having a smaller radius, but that's totally fine for our industry zone that we have here. And with that, as we can see, oil we have plenty of, right? So 1 refinery up there is totally fine for the fuel and for this power plant here, and this is now having then our production. Now my cocoa production sits at 30, the same with my sugarcane, and that means that I can really go crazy now with my chocolate factories. They produce 2 per minute. I can boost this with electricity, of course, so I don't need 15 chocolate factories. I rather need 7. Let's make it 8. 8 chocolate factories to have a good go here. The same with the sugar refineries. 8 of them should be totally fine to have everything that we need. Let's go ahead. Let's build the 8 sugar refineries, or the sugar farms, right? So let's make 4 here, and then we have another 4 here. And with that, then also 4 of the chocolates. Boom, there we have it. And with that, production can ramp up. Let's also upgrade those warehouses there. Electricity is already coming, or oil is already coming. There it is. Choo-choo. With my little trainee, getting the oil over. Coming in, and finally boosting then all our factories here. And we still have plenty of headroom now for any future production that we want, right? We could even expand the whole industry zone down here by just also expanding my cocoa plantations, and that's then really it. So easy as that, easy as pie. And let's just quickly check it out. Now the electricity is flowing, right? So they're all being electrified. My chocolate production is going up to 32 now, and my consumption is at 32 sugarcane and also at 32 cocoa, so that leaves me with a bit of a surplus there of 2. And with the sugarcane, we're producing the 30, and this is then getting right over there. So all is well now with that. I only need 1 more trade route, and that is the chocolates. The chocolates from Fabes going all the way then up to Cape Trelawney to Crown Falls. And let's just go ahead. Where do we have the chocolate? Which is the last good on our way to skyscrapers. Make this one full, by the way, because the volume will be quite high, as we can only imagine. There is Salacia waiting in Cape Trelawney already, so let's put this one on. And in the New World, let's use one of our trade ships here, Sweet Harmony, with a white flag on board. Since we have enough white flags at this point, I can totally do this. This is global, this is New World, so that we have everything sorted out with all our categories. And with that, chocolate is coming to Crown Falls. Let's quickly go over there and stop the consumption of it for now. Right, as I want to control it myself when we make this one happen. Now, meanwhile, in Tabarim, Archibald Blake arrives at Getima with the best escort.
Sir Archibald will do, my good man. Your emperor will be expecting me.
And they're going to have probably not the nicest of meetings.
I am Binyam, Sir Blake, emissary for His Imperial Majesty and tasked with counseling him on this delicate matter.
The epidemic left buildings abandoned.
Make a decision. Perhaps you could introduce us. This is Archibald Blake, the Queen's ambassador. And I come to you in person since Her Majesty's letters do not seem to be reaching you. They contain, should you not already be aware, copies of a protectorate agreement requiring your swift signature. Protection, you mean to make Enbesa a vassal? Or we could be diplomatic about this. It's an offer worth of your consideration. But Enbesa is a great empire. There is no reason you should bow to these terms. Such an offer could benefit both parties. Imperial Enbesa does not need what you call protection, but a fair alliance, toe-to-toe, equal to equal. And I believe it would be right to agree to such an alliance, Sir Archibald. An alliance? Preposterous. She's not my queen. She is the queen, our queen. Why am I even here if you're going to behave like a pair of parochial stick-in-the-muds? Now, if you don't mind, I shall take my leave. And off he goes again. Oh! Alright, that I thought we were shooting now Miss Hunt. Archibald Blake. Of course, it is Miss Hunt in the harbor area here right now that we are destroying. Off he goes again, so that was not really helpful.
Why did I ever agree to come back to these wretched shores? It's pointless.
Fleet embarking.
A distemperate man if I ever saw one. And you say he's usually amicable.
Next on our list, we do need seafood stew. Oh, and still no scholars. Seafood stew, where do we have it? There it is. Requiring quite a lot of things. Lobster fishery, we do need lobster fertility. Do we have that? Of course, we don't have it on any of our islands. It is down here in Pleasant Stew. Just lucky that we actually got this one. And with some shepherds as well. And then we also need the teff mill with the teff farm and the spice farm. But while we're working on the seafood stew, there is also the group of engineers waiting for us in Tabarim. Let's have a look at what's going on over there. Oh no, they're actually arrived in Crown Falls. There's some people there in the mud streets. Let's actually build them a paved road before we select them. A research institute. What a brilliant idea. It may take time to attract international scholars, but why not build the facility itself now in preparation? Finally, there we have it. Research institute. We have unlocked the next resident tier, the scholars over there. And with that, also the Research Institute foundations. Of course, this is the area that I've dedicated it to. The only problem is we do have a few too many people there, but let's just actually get rid of them. I don't need them here, nor do I need the fire station and stuff like that. Let's just get rid of that and rid of this. There is our airport, there is the main road, and the main road is then probably culminating into the Research Institute right up there. Let's actually get it a bit closer. So this is going to be my scholar district then. I think this can work out nicely. Let's build it. Foundation. We will need a warehouse just for the construction of it. And with that, finally, we are working on the next monument. Phase 1 completed. Phase 2, the beginning of a place where cultures will cooperate to create something together. Research Institute, superstructure, cement, bricks, 500 workers, and 30 minutes of our time.
You've been playing for 2 hours.
And with that, it continues onwards. Actually, we are a bit negative there on the workers now, but we have plenty of farmers. So I can just go to the other side of my messy city. These guys here actually don't want anything from us. Another thing we still need to prepare for the Research Institute and for the scholars is electricity. So we need to electrify this whole area here long-term wise. It might make sense to start with that right away. However, we do need to have train tracks. We do have our main line here already going through the city. And of course, it makes sense to use this for the future. We do have our artisans here. They still require the school. So as long as I have artisans here, I can't upgrade or I can't get rid of my school building there. So let's just go ahead with this. There's also, oh yeah, a university. This makes sense to use it here to a university. So let's go ahead and just get us a a nice building then up there, right? So we're going to completely change the face of this area here now. Let's move the... No, actually, let's have the university over there. We do have 2 buildings. I would like to use the library, to be honest, right? The library is just like a university, but with a way bigger radius also, but it's also way more expensive, as we can see, but it's just looking fantastic overall, I think. Let's go ahead and have the library then for this whole district there. Should work out. Nah, let's go ahead and have the university alone. Sorry, the library is just too big. I'm going to use it is somewhere else. So we do have our university here, and then we still need the tracks. The first thing is with the university, we can also upgrade now the remaining artisans that we have in this area, right? So also these guys here. That's the important thing. And then also here, this guy here. Oh yeah, has everything. Just needs to. It needs a bit more time than the other ones. There you go. We can also upgrade it as well. Now it's going to get a bit messy. Let's get rid of the school, right? They would all have it as well. Actually, we can upgrade them. Let's do this. Plenty of artisans anyway. Just important that we do this. The school we are going to move down into that area. However, in the meantime, before I put it to its final location for now, we need to move a few things around. There's the track system, right? And we're going to get the track system all the way down here. That means I need to get rid of these workers here. We need to move a few things around. There's also my fire station here that we are moving into, most likely into that area now. That's still not working out. There is some green area here because that definitely works. There you go. Also makes more sense to have it than here, right? And then we continue onwards with, let's move the engineers a bit closer down to this area so that we have more room here. And those workers also into that area. Those engineers here will probably have to move in a bit. We'll just see. Because we need to get rid of this whole road there now. There's going to be the tracks after all. And ultimately, we want to have our electricity somewhere over there so that it affects the whole scholars and also beyond, right? So we probably will need to get it all the way up to this area there. Now, I could use this road there. No, not really, because this is for something else entirely. So I'm probably going to use it somewhere here. If I build it in that area, let's just make sure that we really get the maximum out of that. Because I want to have electricity all the way up to this corner there, right? If I have it here, it's not going to be totally fine. If I have it here, it should work out nicely. Yeah, like this, right? So we can have electricity at least up to that area there, I think. Now, please, for the love of God, stay with me here for now. I have to remodel it again a bit because I really want to take the optimum out of that. We don't really need that many workers there anymore, so let's get rid of them. Let's also move the warehouse, the marketplace, and the pub a bit further away here so that we can use them in the future then. So we can upgrade those workers here and then get rid of them. And now we have this whole space there available. It just makes more sense to do it like that, right? And we can now have this way here all the way over here. So this is the main track system that we have, right? It goes then over here, having a crossing. Here we need to be careful. So let's just have the crossing then here, right? And then we make it happen like that. Unfortunately, that's the only way I can think of doing it. And then we have the whole way down here because we do really want to get the whole district electrified. And I do need to get the power plant really close by, right? So something like that should work out the best. Somewhere here. And then we can salvage this area by just upgrading it all then more to artisans and engineers down the road. But for now, this is the important thing here. It's a bit complicated, to be honest. But we can do this. So there's a lot of remodeling here. But yeah, that's the nature of cities. Getting remodeled. And with that, let's get the tracks over. Alright, so we continue over here. Over here. And then probably make a crossing here. And let's just have us also that wall system on both sides. For now, without any interruption. Going then all the way here. Oh, wait a second. Perhaps we can even use it better like that. Right, and then we have it here again. And then we can even have more buildings then on the other side as well. So this leads then to the power station here. All the way to that area. Very good. And with that, we have this whole area then electrified, and we could still get ahead and have another power station then just here easily, right, out of the main track system that we have. The only thing, of course, is that we do need to make sure that we make the best connection then to all the sides here. So this one, and then of course also another one here going to the other side, so that we can also electrify that whole district there. And that should be golden, right? So now we can actually move them back again, because now I know where we do have the space for it, and those engineers as well. Just then here along the tracks, really, there we can have some trees. And here we are also going to have another crossing then again. To the other side, this one here, and definitely also something here. So there we already have it, right? So I've disrupted the connection here, and now we can get it back up again. And of course we just need to have then a proper gate to this area, and also here. And I might actually just have some trees there as a buffer. Let's build all of that and all of that, and let's also build the power station right away. By the way, how much oil do we still have? We're full on oil. Very good. So we can totally afford this.
All my life
Going over here now,
savings.
going then into this scholar district. So this power station is not only powering then the whole scholar district, it's also powering these guys here that don't have electricity up to this point, right? And we can then boost them also to investors later on if we want to. With the bit of room that we have then here. Oh, by the way, we need to make the connection, of course. Just have the walls here then still. I also like how the fire station is working together with the brick walls. So this really looks like it fits together well, right? And here we are just going to have then trees and stuff like that. We might actually go with a temperate growth as a mixed one in between here, between the engineers and my trains. And there we have a bit of room for something else, like a little fountain perhaps. And of course also along the tracks here. These are the details. And then also, there we could actually have more houses, to be honest. It's a dense city, and we could squeeze in some houses there, to be honest. Let's do this. I think that's the best of both worlds now, having some ornaments and then also having some houses. And then of course here we will have then our scholars lining up. Once of course the foundation and once of course the research institute is coming along. But this is a work in progress. I'm looking forward to a complete area then here. Stay tuned.